For our draft horse project, we decided to do a video on the New England D-ring harness. The New England D-ring harness is characterized by a two-piece tug and a two-piece side backer. The advantage of having a two-piece side backer when hooked up in tandem with a yoke, it allows for very precise turning and backing, and Popo the bird says that an advantage of a two-piece tug is that regardless of what angle the second tug is at, this angle of draft will be maintained from the collar, which is very important. So the first part of the harness that you're going to put on is going to be the collar and the collar pad. You're going to do this after you've brushed your horse and picked the feet and done anything that you need to do like that. So we'll put the collar pad on first, and then take the collar and just kind of slide it up over the horse's head. It's a very good horse. Come on, lady. She knows exactly what to do. Just kind of always make sure she's hooked up. Just kind of elevate the collar, reach around her, and pull the pad up underneath of it. Alright. And hook these hooks onto a little ridge there, and just reach around to get those other ones, because you always want to stay on the left side of the horse when doing it. Well, after you've got it on, you check. You want to try to slide your hand in between the collar pad and the horse, and you don't want it to be able to go in. You want that to be nice and tight, which this is. But under here, where the throat is and the windpipe is, hey lady, you want to have a space there because you don't want to restrict the horse's air intake.
Here we have the harness, and when you take the harness off of your post, make sure you take it off with your right hand, because when working on the left side of the horse, it's easy to put it over, just like so. You always want to show your horse what you're doing before you do it, just not to scare them. Kind of go through, touch them with it just so they know that it's going to come. You lift right up and over. First you lay the hands down, and you come back, you lay everything else over. Step back, lady. Make sure the hands are on top of the collar, in place right here on these rivets. They should lay perfectly. And then when that happens, you come underneath, always staying on the left side, and you're going to want to tighten this down. Now you'll put your shoulder right here and pull, and it helps tighten it down. There. After you do that, you go through, make sure your equipment, your harness is still set up nice and equally, which this is. Make sure the briction's sitting up here so everything's not too snug while you're putting it on. And then you come underneath, and coming from the right side of the horse and the far side, you'll have the belly band. You take the belly band, you hook this next, you just weave it back through so it doesn't get caught. And it doesn't need to be too tight. You just want to be able to make sure you can fit your hand in here to keep some movement and it doesn't bother the horse much. And then the final part is you come back to the bricking, right here, pull it down, just grab the horse's tail, being careful, it's sensitive, you don't want to hurt him. Just pull it right on up, set it down, make sure everything's snug, and then your harness is on.
So the last, but certainly not the least part of the harness that you're going to put on, and same with any harness, is the bridle. The bridle holds the bit where you attach the drive lines to, and it's probably the most important part of the harness. Without it, you couldn't drive it. Come on, lady. And just kind of slip it right into the lady's mouth here. You can put your thumb, come on lady, right into the corner of her mouth there to get her to open up. There you go. Just slip it on up, just like that. And the whole time you want to make sure that her eyes are protected while you're doing it. And then you very gingerly reach, grab her ears. Come on. There we go, lady. There we go. And pull her hair out so it's not caught up or anything like that. Reach around, making sure that this strap is under what would be the check rein on that side, and it's not twisted or anything like that. And you hook it up right there, and make sure the clasp is out, and then hook your check rein up to the attachment on the back pad. And that's just so she can't put her head down and eat while she's trying to work.
So when you're finished harnessing your horse, you really want to go around and make sure that everything's secure and double check. So we come back here, the britchen's all hooked up, all the lines are straight, none of them are tangled. This is all snug, the check reins are hooked up, and the hames is on. And then you also want to look at the bridle. Come through, her hair's all clear, it's in all the way. And oh, good thing we were checking because this wasn't in the right spot. Right up here. And you always want to make sure that this is out so it's not bothering the horse throughout the day while you're working. And that was our video on the New England D harness. We hope you all enjoyed it.
Awesome.